Does positive thinking even matter these days? Does it make a difference? Wow, I know I've gone through moments where I've thought, why am I even bothering? Do I really have any power to create my reality when there's so many things happening that are out of my control? What power do I have anymore? This has been I've had to examine that and consider that as I've moved through this year that we're now wrapping up and moving on from. And what answer did I get? I got a big fat yes. It matters more than ever, quite honestly. What we're seeing is just how much fear energy and fear thinking we easily go to. And it reminded me of when I started all this. In fact, this year marks the 20th anniversary of one of my most popular books being published. In 2000, I released Remembering Wholeness. This book has been read, listened to, consumed by, gosh, two. I don't have it exact. It gets lent a lot, and it gets out a lot of loaners from the library, but probably over 200,000 people. And it's made a difference, a huge difference. Well, I decided I was going to do a 20-year anniversary updated edition and kind of do a refresh on the book. We're still deciding what we're doing with the cover and such, but so I read it, and I had not read it in 10 years maybe, from cover to cover. And oh my goodness, I came through this, and after reading it thought, we need this more than ever. This whole book is about the power we have to create our reality, and it all starts with our thoughts. And we've been open to that potential more than ever. It's like everything's up. What do you want? Whatever you focus on, that's going to be your experience. It's up to you. Life is in your hands, folks. And so I recall when this all started for me, and I'm going to share a tool I've used for 26 years now, and how I've just made it easier for you to use the same tool. 26 years ago, when I was in this whole entry phase of learning mind, body, consciousness, and the power of our thoughts, the laws of creation and such, I was reading Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life, and it really struck me to the core. My goodness, my thoughts are creating my reality. Well, look around you. No wonder it's not working out so well. I had stinking thinking. Really, I had the mind of someone that believed she was powerless, was angry, and was a victim in the world. And I had to just make the best of that, and override that. It's like this was this power outside here that was against me. And it was a big wake-up call. So after, it wasn't something you had access to, affirmations weren't a thing of the day yet. And she had loads of them in her book. She just had all kinds of great lines and affirmative thoughts that you could employ. So I took 8.5 by 11 construction paper of all different colors in about 35 sheets. And I picked 35 statements that I wanted to focus on. Now, I didn't focus on one a day. I taped them all over my house. They were all in the kitchen. They were in my bedroom, my bathroom. It was a joke because my kids at the time were in grade school and junior high. And they would take them all down before their friends would come over. I'd go and tape them all back up when the friends left. And I'm like, let them read this. Mom, nobody else does this. I'm like, yeah, but it's good for you. You got to train your mind. We got to think positive. And that really launched me into understanding that my thinking mind was a tool and I needed to train it. And that's really the message of Remembering Wholeness. At least one of the messages is it's your thoughts. They are your thoughts. What are you doing with them? Are they useful to you? Are they supportive? If every thought immediately created whatever you're thinking, whoa, what would that look like? That's something to consider. Now, the turnaround time isn't quite that fast, but it's getting faster. So more than ever, it's going to be really important for you to consider your own thinking mind and what you give your attention to, and decide to be the owner of it and reprogram it. If you don't program it, it's going to just run a lot of programming that's been input in it because you didn't show up and put in it what you wanted. So how do you put in it what you want? Well, affirmations are key. Statements. What are affirmations? I know people go, yeah, because they've kind of gotten trendy and sort of over talked about. So now it's like, yeah, whatever. Well, it's a statement that's a creation statement. It is declaring what you want in a statement. A lot of times they start with I am grateful. They can just be declarations. They move the energy into motion. They seed the energy, and they train your mind to now have that as its programming. And you want to, a daily practice that you can employ every day is to put your attention on one statement and really put your thought on that. Memorize it, give it, take it with you so you can read it several times, record it, and then replay you saying it in your own voice. Stick it on your bathroom mirror, put it in your car, put it on the fridge. Where are you going to see it visibly 2, 3, 4 times a day? Get it in your mind. That's how you train the mind. You just keep presenting it with what you want it to think. The mind will take that on. Now, have I done this? Yes. For 26 years, I have been practicing this tool of putting my attention on what I want, training my mind. So where am I now? My thinking mind is like a deck of affirmation cards. It's just what it does. It's really fabulous. Now this year it's kind of been put to the test, through all that we've been living through and experiencing in the story of the planet and the human drama. How well have I done? Really quite well. I have no thoughts. I have no fear-based thoughts. I feel very safe and vital, and life's great, and I'm doing well. And those thoughts, it would have been interesting if I had not put in the practice for all these years prior, would I've been able to have sustained that. And so you're really being shown how are you doing? Do you hold your own? Share in a comment. How are you doing with this? What have your thoughts been like this prior year? Have you had more fear-based thoughts that are accompanied by the emotion of anger, judgment? Where have you been? What is your thinking mind doing? Has it been able to stay in the affirmative? What's helped you? What's this key affirmation that's been supportive to you? And while you're at it, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and share this video. It's so needed right now. This is incredibly timely. It's like we've been called up and are being given the chance to say, well, the universe called us up and say, how's everybody doing? We're going to throw this whole story at you and see if you stay positive. How do we do? How much resiliency did we have? Well, the tool I've created, and I've actually been asked to produce this for pretty much from the year Remembering Wholeness came out, affirmation cards. It's like, Carol, you should produce affirmation cards. You're so good at writing affirmations. I love how you put the words together. And we decided this year was the year to do it. So we've launched actually 2 decks. You can go to caroltuttle.com/books. They're cataloged on my website with my books currently. We have a deck called Affirmations for Healing. And then these are all companion tools for what resources I have in the Carol Tuttle Healing Center. And so the different healing plans we are producing, not for all of them, just for some of them. We are producing the card decks that will support you during using those resources, like the healing plan for weight loss. So the second deck that we've produced is the affirmations for weight loss. And that one, boy, you can pretty much forget getting easy results with your physical efforts with fitness and dietary changes if you haven't fixed internally what's going on. You got to start with the inside, and the outside follows. So let's pull a card. The screenshot that I had for this was a card that said, I trust and feel safe that life works out for me the best way possible. It's like, is that a good thought to have right now? Sometimes you think, can I really believe that right now? Yes, and the more of us that do, the more we shift the whole. It's more important than ever to put our attention on what we want. So let's just pull another one for fun. I'll pretend you're pulling it. And here we go. I am divinely guided in my healing as I choose to be well and healed. I am divinely guided in my healing as I choose to be well and healed. Key choice of wording right there. I choose it. I choose wellness. I choose healing. And in that choice, I'm divinely guided. And so as you use tools like this and you just make a decision, I'm going to train my mind. I'm going to train my mind to be a tool to the benefit of my whole life. I'm going to train my mind to be its own affirmation card deck. So at any given turn of my life, I am able to meet it with what is it that I want from this, even in the face of challenges. It's not like, oh, you're still gonna have challenges. I have challenges. You still have those challenges. But you face them with an affirmation that you can move through successfully. There's a purpose. And you typically do not make it as bad as it might be if you didn't meet it with that affirmative energy and that thinking mind. It'd probably get worse than it needs to be. And so just, we're not trying to get rid of challenges. They have their purpose. We're choosing to continue to refine our own powers of creation and really take ownership of those parts of us that really are, your mind is yours. It's nobody else's. What do you want to do with it? So go to caroltuttle.com/books and you'll find these decks there. They're affordable and incredible. So share in a comment what you've done to stay positive in a world that's really thrown us for a loop. And you're going to come out of that loop, landing on your feet in even a better place than you ever thought possible. See, that's the kind of thinking you want. You're going to be coming up with your own powerful affirmations because that's what your mind just does, because you become a master at affirmative thinking. Thanks for subscribing, sharing the video, and sharing a comment. What are you choosing to do with your mind? I'd love to hear from you.